will speak wisdom amongst them that are mature, so they can understand the objectivity of truth from the subjectivity of our sentimental attachments.
I want to tell you tonight, because of the nature of the service, I want to tell you the stories of eternity, so you would understand what life in time is about. If you are not taught realities that transcends your existence, you will not understand that you are a pilgrim on this side of the divide. You will think life, it's about the laws of biology, and existence is about the theories of sociology and philosophy and psychology. It's deeper than that. Your being was a carefully thought arrangement from a dimension that is superior to all you know. So it's important for us to understand the origin of existence and the reason for which we are here on this side of eternity. And also to understand that because of the nature of our design, our existence does not end with this realm. When the world is wrapped away like a canopy, you will still be there. The question is, where will you be when space, matter, and time is withdrawn? When you are brought out of this frame of reference and introduced to reality itself, what side of reality will you find yourself? It's a function of the understanding you glean as you walk on this side of the divide. So tonight, I will keep it calm for a while and talk to you about virgin wisdoms. The things that predated creation itself. Where the story began from. In the crucible of reality. The things that were taught and contemplated before your creation was necessitated. So that you will draw your reference beyond time. And everything you do will be motivated by impulses that are beyond time. Enedu dabu eno. Ojoki dabu eno. Ohimini e. Akwata kigbiti e. Enedu dabu eno. Ojoki dabu eno. Ohimini e. Akwata kigbiti e. Odo bogago. Odo bogago. Ene kidabu e. Ene kidabu. Ene kidabu eno. Ene kidabu eno. Ohimini e. Akwata kigbiti e. You know the things I want to teach you, they are secrets. They are high in heaven. I need to go higher so that utterance can be granted me. I wish you understand what I'm saying. I know somebody is saying this boy is proud. What is he trying to do? When I enter there, you will be humbled. Because you will know that what I will say, there will be echoes of eternity. They are not the wisdom of man. There are things that are locked in Zion. Until access is granted, you can't read the ancient scrolls of eternity. It's not everything that is mathematics and physics. I'm a graduate of chemistry, but I know chemistry is dwarfed. You know, I schooled here. I graduated from here 10 years ago. I came back, did masters here. I'm doing PhD. I've studied chemistry to the molecular level, but it's dwarfed. When we talk about virgin wisdom, if God grants you access to look upon these things for a moment, it will change your life. Enedu dabu eno. Ojo kidabu eno. Oh, himinie, agbata kibiti. Ele do dabo eno, ele kazata, vorena ele, efufaya, ele kazaza zavade tahali. Yamondrea fakiza zava. I can't teach until I'm drunk. Kaile, owele nevaino tabak. Yeleano, abuate kazuza, eranavia, olieneka, owozida, ajada, kayade, ediano taba. Raka takia toma, eolela vina, atiakoba. Ojo kida bueno, ohimiye, akwata kibiti, odumaga, ayama, send help from Zion, ohimiye, akwata kibiti. In Genesis chapter 1, from verse 1, the Bible said, in the beginning, God. That was not part of the story. It's not in the beginning God created the heavens and the earth. No. It's in the beginning, God. Because before creation began, God dwelt in himself. Elohim is the one who was, who is, and who is to come. Before the spirit realm was created, God. So God does not live in eternity. Because before eternity was, God was. So when he said, in the beginning, God, he was telling you about another existence that is beyond everything that was created. He was talking to you about a civilization that was not created. Eternity was created. God was not created. That's why I said, in the beginning, before creation began, God. That's why I said, all things were made by him. Without him was not anything made that was made. The first question to ask yourself is, where was God before creation began? Where was he? You know, you can't be. Everything that was created after its environment. So before the angels were created, the heavens were created. Before man was created, the earth was created. Before the fish was created, the water was created. Because you cannot exist without your environment. But he said, before creation began, God. So where was God? God is his own environment. You see why we don't worship man? The word God means it doesn't depend on anything to exist, but all things depend on him to exist. So if everything is withdrawn, God. If both the earth and the heavens end, God. But you see, if the earth is withdrawn, you can't be here. Because you need earth to exist. That's why we don't worship you, even though you are handsome. Your name is ever great. You are the wisdom before time began. Buddha began on earth. Muhammad began began on earth. Every other being worshipped began on earth. But the one we are talking about, the Bible said, in the beginning, God. He was before creation began. And you know, when you look into the community of the Godhead, the Father, the Son, and the Spirit, you see, we can teach Genesis chapter 1 verse 1 for 1 year. Because when he said God, that was the first time he revealed that many can be one and one can be many. It revealed not a man, a being. It revealed a community. So he was talking about a being and a community at the same time. One in three, three in one. So everything about the first phrase of the Bible is a mystery. So if you approach Christianity casually, you are already lost. Because the book was opened with mysteries. And when you study the community of the Godhead, you discover that that civilization was ruled by three divine realities. The first reality that ruled that community was that there was a will that binds them together. The second is that there was a wisdom they lived by. And the third was that at every time they had a purpose. Because when John was taken to heaven, the 24 elders told him, all things were created for thy pleasure. They were addressing God. So the community always have a purpose. And the reason for which they created earth was so that the creation will give them joy. When a man wants to play, he distracts himself. So he says, let's go and play football. And he's just running and laughing. Or he says, let's go and do Niger bet. That one is a man of man. It's a fallen man. But you see, when a God wants to play, he doesn't distract himself. He displays power. So when God wanted to play, he released lightning and angels appeared. That's how a God plays. When he wanted to play, he stood up. He said, heavens appear. And as he was looking, the firmaments were appearing. The stars, the constellation, they were forming. And you were hearing sounds of thunder and lightning. And everything was happening. That's how a God enjoys himself. And when the earth collapsed, he came and he said, the Spirit of God was moving upon the face of the deep. God was imagining, how do I derive joy now? And when he had contemplated everything, he stood upon the darkness and he said, light appear. So the first way he played was that he dwarfed darkness. It looked as if darkness was ruling. But when gods want to play, they manifest power. And you know, even tonight, God will play here. So that community was ruled by a will, by a wisdom, and by a purpose. Now, when he decided to come into creation, the only way creation could interact with his will, his wisdom, and his purpose, because he's a spirit, and spirits are legalistic beings. You know, as a man, I can tell you, I'll see you by 10 a.m. Me and Mama have quarreled on this one for a long time. And then when it's 10 a.m., I'll be sleeping. And then when you call, as I wake up by 2, I'll say, oh, sorry, I forgot. It doesn't happen like that in the spirit. If you forget, you will be judged. Because so long as you say 10, you don't have the right to forget.